and welcome to Story and Stone. I have just been babbling on for 10 minutes and forgot to press record. So funny that my Mac went went to screensaver and I was like, why is it doing that? And I was like, oh, hang on a sec, I haven't started recording. So good start to the video. If you don't know me, my name is Amanda and I'm the owner and founder of Story and Stone, and I am here today to bring you the weekly reading for the 24th through to the 30th of November. Oh my God, we're nearly in Christmas season. For some of us, it's already Christmas season. I know my sister has her Christmas tree and all her decorations up already. And I've noticed a lot of people actually have done that this year, and I think maybe it's because we all need a little bit of cheer. I hope you had a great week last week. It was a pretty busy week, quite stressful. I don't know about you guys, but I have been really suffering this season with allergies. And last week was a particularly bad week. If you notice, my voice is quite croaky today. But I have just started seeing a new doctor, and in conjunction with my naturopath and this new doctor, I think I'm going to find a solution for them. So I'm really, really excited about that. Okay, so I'll just get housekeeping out of the way. This is a reading for the collective and it may not resonate with you. So if it doesn't, that's okay. Just take what does and leave the rest. The cards I'm using today are the Illustrated Herbiary, the Illustrated Bestiary, and the Illustrated Crystallary. They're all by Maia Toll. I do offer personal readings, but I will never ever approach you. So if someone approaches you and offers to give you a reading and asks for money, do not give them money. Please report and block them. I had hoped this week to relaunch my business and to start taking appointments. And I've had technology go a little bit wrong for me. So I've actually found an alternative appointment software. So I'm just in the middle of setting that up. So I'm hoping in the next week I will be able to start taking appointments again. In particular, my new service, which is Moonology readings, which I will put a video up about them in due course. But I'm really, really excited about them. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so let's get into today's reading. So for Monday, we have Citron, full of riches. So I'm hoping that this, as you can see, I'm actually in my office today. So I'm actually filming off my Mac. And sometimes my Mac has trouble focusing on the cards. So I do apologize if they're a little bit out of focus. It was just anyway, no need to explain. But I'm filming off the Mac today. So full of riches. So the first thing they're talking to me about is that we need to be really, really grateful for all that we already have in life. Because our life is really, really, really full of riches already. And the more we focus on those riches, the more we're going to be given more opportunities to gain more of those riches, and even better. I've heard people speak about, naturally humans are very positive people, but actually I have found that actually we tend to be more negative than positive. So we tend to complain about the things that we don't have in our life, the things that we have in our life that we don't want, and as a consequence, we keep getting more of those things. So on Monday, Spirit is really asking you to focus on the riches that you already have. Now that can be physical riches like a roof over your head, a beautiful car to drive, a good job, food on the table, but it can also be qualities and aspects of yourself. So your creativity, your intelligence, your sense of humor, your ability to be resilient, your courage, all that sort of stuff. So on Monday, they really, really want you to focus on that. There we go. Okay, so for Tuesday, we've got Tap Your Resources, Burdock. Okay, so first of all, they're showing me the Magician card out of the Tarot deck, Major Arcana card. And the Magician stands for someone who has everything already, all the tools and resources that they need to manifest what they want in their life. The Magician he's got it all going on. He has the knowledge, he has the resources, he has the abilities, he has the skills, he has the physical resources to get to where he wants to go. Okay, and that's who they're showing me today. So this card on Tuesday is saying, look at what you already have and how can you use that to get to where you want to go. They're telling me that often we look externally for the things that we need when we actually already have them. And often we will procrastinate by doing things like further study or applying for a job that we know is well beneath us because we have much more skills and abilities, because we feel uncomfortable stepping out of our comfort zone. And on Tuesday, they're really saying to you, you need to be absolutely honest with yourself in a good way and say, you know what, actually I could do that job, or I could take on that project. It's really about tapping into what you already have. And it harks back a bit to the Monday card, which was full of riches, in that seeing the resources that you have and being grateful that you actually already have them, and not forgetting to utilize them, because, what you don't use, you lose. So it's really important that we use those resources within us to get to where we want to go. Okay, on Wednesday, we have the Pileated Woodpecker, free your inner fire. This is about, how can I put this? This is about our motivation. So maybe on Wednesday we won't be feeling that motivated. Or maybe we'll be feeling motivated, but we won't know how to put into action what we need to do to fan that fire. And sometimes our inner fires get squelched by other people, parents, siblings, friends, society. You really, really want to do something, but that's not acceptable to the people around you. So they put a dampener on it by telling you you'll never succeed, or don't embarrass yourself, or that's not the cool thing to do. And today on Wednesday, Spirit really want you to go, F you. I'm doing it anyway. I'm going to push myself. I'm going to stoke that inner fire, and I'm going to use my resources from Tuesday, and I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to find my bliss. So Wednesday is really about stoking that inner fire and using it to motivate you to take action so that you can start getting to where you want to go. Okay, so then we have Beaver on Thursday, Make Manifest. I love this little card. They look so happy. And as you can see, once again, these cards always amaze me, that we have been working up from Monday to Wednesday to Thursday now. We're working up into the theme this week of manifesting your life, of rewriting your story and deciding on where you're going to go. And the beaver is all about that. He is such a hard worker. This animal works diligently until he has set up a dam and a home for his family. It's really about taking action. If the beaver swam around all day and laid on its back and did nothing, then it would have no food, it would have no shelter, it would be, open to predators, and it wouldn't be able to protect its young. So it's really, really important that on Thursday you think about what action steps are you going to take to create the things that you want to create in your life. And this is really great that we're doing it this week. We're in a waxing moon cycle. We've just had new moon, so it's a really great time for taking action steps on those new moon wishes that you started on last Wednesday or Thursday. Sorry, I think it was Thursday here in Australia. So be really aware of that. Write down 3 action steps or 3 steps. They just have to be baby steps of what you can do, what can you put in your schedule and your planner to do to bring you one step closer to achieving your goals and wishes. Okay, so on Friday we have Raspberry, Create Space. What a pretty card. Raspberries, yum. Okay, so this is also about letting go of what no longer serves you. And this is not just about letting go of old beliefs or letting go of things inside you. It's also about physical decluttering. If you haven't already decluttered, start doing it now. Nothing new can come into your life if you do not create a void for the universe to fill up. You need to create that void, and the only way you can create that void is by decluttering, is by releasing what no longer serves you. And on Friday, that's what Spirit wants you really to do. They want you to create space so that the steps that you're taking to manifest your goals and your wishes actually have some place to manifest your actual goal. You can take all the steps you want. If you haven't created the space for that thing in your life, it's not going to happen. So really on Friday, it's talking about doing some decluttering, doing some work on yourself, releasing things that no longer serve you, both physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And then we have on Saturday, we have Plantain, Rewild. Okay. Now, traditionally, rewilding means letting land go back to the way nature intended it to be. If you lived in the UK, there's a lot of rewilding projects happening over there. I don't know how popular that is over here in Australia, but it's about letting things go back to their natural way, basically. And on Saturday, Spirit really wants you to go with the flow, to recognize the natural rhythms within you, to recognize the natural pace of life, and to start letting that come back into your life. Now, for a lot of us, that will mean slowing down, because the way we speed through life is not natural at all. That's why we are filled with chronic illnesses and diseases, stress, overwhelm, anxiety, depression. We need to slow down. And I think on Saturday, this is all about rewilding your life. What is the natural pace of your life? What can you get rid of? What can you replace with something else? Something that is more in rhythm to the way your life should be. And then on Sunday, we have Hawthorn, Heart's Home. I really love this card. I actually called my spiritual circle Heart's Home after getting this card during a reading. So what do you want to say about Sunday? Okay. None of this matters if you don't have a space within you that you associate with home. Does that make sense? Nothing matters if you cannot find a home within. Now, I've mentioned plenty of times before on these videos that my heart space, I feel here where my heart chakra is. This is where I feel like my intuition talks to me. This is where I feel like physical sensations from spirit come through. This is my heart's home. It's where I feel safe. And if I'm ever overwhelmed, I can close my eyes and I can just breathe into that space and center myself and ground myself before I move forward. So it's a really important place to find within yourself. When we manifest, sometimes we manifest what we think we want, but it's actually only what we think other people think we want. And really, if we thought about it, it's not actually what we'd want. So, you're looking at the person who would prefer to ride a bike to work because they're environmentally friendly and much more cost efficient to run, etc. But because all these friends drive these big beast of four-wheel drives, then that's what he thinks he needs to have. So he thinks he wants it, but if you really thought about it, he'd think, no, actually I don't want it. I want to ride a push bike instead, that type of thing. By having a heart's home, by knowing where your heart resides, and I'm talking about your metaphorical heart, not your physical heart, we're hoping that's where it's supposed to be. And I wasn't pointing to it then, just letting you know, I was just scratching an itch. And by finding your home for your metaphysical heart, for that place where you feel safe and secure, by making sure that you have that space to go, you can always come back to yourself and ask, do I really want this? When you are in your heart space, you will never be lied to. Okay, so you really need to find out where your heart's home is, your metaphysical heart. Where is its home? And you need to work on opening that up and building a house for yourself within that makes you feel comfortable, that lets you go there so that you can decide what is really, really what you want for your life. Okay, so because I'm starting to cough, we're going to finish this quite quickly. So, the theme for this week is the ways of water, white willow. So when they're talking about this, they are talking about water. To me, immediately, it represents flow. It represents moving with life in a way that is not fighting against it. It's moving with it. Water also represents for me emotion and feelings. And what's the easiest way to manifest things in your life? It's by putting emotion and feelings behind it. So basically, everything that we've talked about today, this theme is saying, don't forget to put the emotion behind it, because if you don't put the emotion behind it, nothing will come about. If you stand in front of your mirror every day and go, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself, that's not going to do it. I'm not even looking myself in the eye, But if I stand in front of the mirror and I go, I love myself so much, I am so happy that I am alive. Can you see the difference? Can you feel the difference coming through the screen? That's what you need to put behind everything that you want to manifest in your life. So that's this week. I'm sorry that I've sort of rushed through that last bit, but I don't. Once I start coughing, I can't stop. So I'm going to leave it there. I've actually got it done. I can't believe it. I thought that I would have to do something else because I wasn't going to get this done because of how bad my allergies have been this week, but I've actually got it done. So thank you, Goddess. Have a great week. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. If you'd like to find out more about what Story and Stone is up to, please go to my website, storyandstone.com.au, and on the front page you will find a sign up to my newsletter. I do not bombard you with emails ever, because I hate that. So I will not do that to you, but it will keep you up to date with what's going on within the business. And it will, as a subscriber to that newsletter, you will also receive discounts and first dibs on things that become available, workshops, etc., that we'll be looking at doing in the new year. And also you get special things like extra readings, etc. Okay, so that's it for this week. Have a great week, and I will see you in the next video.